What's a subtle sign that someone is a good person but doesn't want to show it? Back in high school, there was this kid named Caleb who everyone thought was a total mess. He showed up late to every class, slept through math, and spent more time in detention than most kids spent in study hall. Teachers would shake their heads when they saw him coming down the hallway with his hoodie up and earbuds in. But I noticed something weird about Caleb that nobody else seemed to catch. Every single day, he brought 2 brown paper bags to school. At first, I thought maybe he was just really hungry, or his mom packed too much food. But then I started paying attention. During lunch, Caleb would sit at this table in the back corner by himself. He'd eat one sandwich, then casually leave the other bag on an empty table or by the trash can. Not thrown away, just placed there like he forgot it. Within minutes, some kid would grab it and eat it. The crazy part was, it was always the same kids. Jamie, whose dad lost his job that year. Alex, who lived with his grandma and wore the same 3 shirts all week. Mia, who always said she wasn't hungry, but I could hear her stomach growling in 3rd period. I watched this happen for months. Caleb never made a big deal about it, never walked up to anyone and said, "Here's food." He'd just leave the bag somewhere and walk away. If anyone asked about it, he'd shrug and say something like, "My mom packs too much," or "I'm not that hungry today." Then I noticed he was getting creative about it. When Jamie mentioned she was allergic to peanuts, suddenly the extra sandwiches were always turkey or ham. When Alex said he hated mayo, the sandwiches came plain. Caleb was listening to these random conversations and remembering. One day in chemistry class, our teacher, Mr. Rodriguez, was talking about how Caleb was probably going to fail if he didn't start showing up on time. I wanted to say something about the lunch thing, but I knew Caleb would hate that. He worked so hard to make it look accidental. The weirdest part was how he acted when people tried to thank him. Mia once walked up to him and said, "Thanks for leaving that sandwich yesterday. I was really hungry." Caleb just laughed and said, "I don't know what you're talking about, but if you're eating trash can food, you might want to see the nurse." Senior year, Caleb barely graduated. He missed so many days that they almost didn't let him walk. But he was there every single day with those 2 brown bags, making sure his classmates didn't go hungry. After graduation, I didn't see him for like 5 years. Then one day I'm driving through town and see him at a construction site, wearing a hard hat and safety vest. I pulled over and walked up to him. "Caleb? Hey, it's me from high school." He looked up from whatever he was measuring and grinned. "Oh, hey, what's up?" I told him I was working at the bank downtown now, asked how he was doing. Then I said something I'd wanted to say for years. "I always saw what you did with the lunches in high school. That was really cool of you." His face went red and he looked down at his boots. "Man, I don't know what you're talking about." "Come on, you fed like half our class every day." He was quiet for a minute, then looked up with that same smirk he used to have. "I was just trying to keep the classroom from smelling like cafeteria puke when people's stomachs were growling all the time." Even then, even 5 years later, he couldn't just admit he was being nice. But I saw him loading his truck that day, and there was a cooler in the back with way more food than one person could eat.